So I'm going to watch this video by Coconuts RTS. He's a Huntress main. He's very good at the game. Okay, and he's going to talk about the Huntress rework, which I actually hope doesn't go through, because I think the Billy rework was bad, in my opinion. Okay, and I know I complain about how things are for killer, but it doesn't mean I want overpowered, boring killers. So I got to Prestige 15 on the old Billy, right? And I enjoyed playing him. It was a struggle at first. I did really bad with his power. I learned how to use his power better. And then I started winning most of my games, right? And I had a lot of fun doing it. And he was a bit janky. There were some things he had to improve. And they just made him to a brainless, boring killer that was OP. Right, and I hardly ever play him anymore. I just play him every now and again because I've got some cosmetics on him that I like, but I just lost interest in him. So when it comes to killers, I like having risk versus reward. That's what's satisfying to me. I want risk versus reward. I want to go for risky plays and get a reward, but if I don't play correctly, I get punished. That's what's interesting to me, and I want high skill ceiling. That's the sort of killers I go for. So I've actually moved on from Billy to Oni as my insta-down killer. And I'm not very good with him at the moment. I'm still getting a handle on him. I'm still learning his power. But I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And there's room for improvement. So therefore, it's actually interesting to me. Right? So let's put the resolution up to here. Yeah, that's better. Okay? It's actually interesting to me. So the Billy rework, it's just bad. So basically, you just spam your chainsaw, rev it up, then you get overdrive. Where's the risk versus reward in that? You could say the overheat mechanic on the old Billy was too much and it needed to be reduced, but I do think it needed to be there at a certain level. His hitbox doing the chainsaw needed to be a bit wider. They needed to fix the collision a little bit and get rid of map jank. But basically, I think it was mostly map jank that was the problem. So they just made his collision too easy instead of fixing the map jank, because that's just easier, right? And he's just boring to play, and I've got hostile reception from Billy mains and lots of killer players, basically. Okay, so let's watch this, because they're doing the same thing with the Huntress. This Huntress rework is even worse. The Huntress is getting ruined, in my opinion. Like, she's gonna be more powerful and she's gonna be boring to play as. But let's watch.
I decided to test these changes out first with infantry belt and leather loop. You'd be able to hold a theoretical 10 hatchets at the same time. So we missed one.
I could never do this because I don't use a mouse and keyboard. I wish I learned to play Dead by Daylight with a mouse and keyboard, but it's too late to go back now. Right? So I'm a controller Huntress, which sort of limits me. Like, I can play her pretty well with a PS4 controller, but an Xbox controller, no, I just can't do it.
こんにちは、司令官先輩。一人ぼっちで寂しいの？ならアニメファンや最強軍用機でのバトルを愛するすべての人に。
Alright, we're down to 7.
And this Coconuts is playing casually, by the way. You can tell he's not try harding. But just watch.
6. Alright, that's her.
Thing of beauty.
It feels like they may have changed. They changed the way the hatchet projectiles function.
I think that they did a buff to the speed, the wind-up speed. They have changed it, which seems to be a bit annoying. Like, I think the old hatchets are fine, actually. So why change? So if you change it for the sake of changing it, it's just going to throw like veteran players off. Okay, I haven't tried the public test yet, so I can't judge. I'm not going to, so can't be bothered downloading it.
Okay, now we get to finally reload. Nice. You're not a bot. Nice try, though.
Yeah, he doesn't bother kicking the generator. He doesn't care.
Goes rounds.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice. Good try.
So, even though he's a very good Huntress player, there's still counterplay, right? That little dodge weave is not guaranteed, but it gives you a chance, right? This is why I like the Huntress. Like, she's one of the best killers to go against, and she's one of the best killers to play as.
You know what I feel like this change does? It makes it so that you just constantly just try to lob over and over and over and over and over again without ever reloading.
So that's taking the risk and reward, risk versus reward out of the gameplay. So if you could just, if you've got some ammunition that you can just throw all the time, right? There's no risk versus reward. You don't have to like, do I risk this hatchet and miss, right? Okay. Or no, I'll just throw. Like, there's been times where I've got one hatchet left, and like, do I go for it now or do I save it later when it's a really intense, close match, right? It actually makes the game more exciting. Actually, limitations in gameplay is actually very important, right? Okay, if, for example, if they buffed Huntress that she had unlimited ammo and she could just throw hatchets infinitely and there's no slowdown, she walked at the same speed, right? If they made it so you could just hold right click with the mouse and just walk around throwing infinite hatchets, you'd win a lot of matches, but it'd be boring, right? You need limitations in games is very important, right? If you like play Doom with no clip, just walk through walls, it's boring, right? You need limitations in gameplay. So a lot of the old killers in Dead by Daylight are actually quite well designed, right? Especially Huntress and Pyramid Head was very well designed. That's probably from a mechanics point of view, Huntress and Pyramid Head are the two best killers. I don't know Blight well enough to judge, but he seems to be a very good killer as well from a mechanics point of view. Okay, and there's Death Slinger, and there's Oni, and there's the old Billy. They're very fun to play as. Okay, so you need risk versus reward, and this is just boring. This is just boring.
I've been hooking that many people here, to be honest.
He's not taking this seriously. He's just testing it out.
He's gonna go around. Too high?
He's just testing out. So he's just wasting it for the hell of it. He's got so many hatchets. He doesn't care. So you can hit over that fence. I've always been wondering about that, actually. Look, look. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. Right here. This is disgusting. But he's got 9. Like, where's the risk versus reward in the gameplay? Where? Is this interesting? Like,
I mean,
done.
It feels like we can miss as much as we want and just keep throwing. Like infinitely.
Also, I want to point out something out as well. Huntress, you use your hatchets to zone, right? You use it to zone, okay? And if you're looking behind them, that you can gain distance because they're like weaving, they're scared. You zone them away from they think, for example, you wind up a hatchet and there's a vault in front of them, and they might be too scared to get it because you're threatening to hit them if they go for it. The threat is stronger than the execution, so you zone them, you use it to zone. And they've increased the walking speed while you're winding up the hatchet as well. So there's less, again, it's risk versus reward. So before, wind up the hatchet, make the threat, try and zone them, but you lose a bit of distance, right? That's gone now. They've dumbed the gameplay down. They've made it too fucking easy. It's too boring. Like, you need, in gameplay, good gameplay, there's strategic and tactical dilemmas, right? You gain something, you lose something, right? Right? If you don't have that, the game's mechanically not interesting to me. You see there, this feels wrong. That's what I felt like playing a new Billy. At first I was a bit confused by it. It was too responsive. I was used to the older turning speed. I missed a lot, and when I got used to it, I was just trashing people left, right, and centre in boring matches. Yeah, in boring matches, like down, down, down. Right? Okay, and I'll get back to Billy. Right, I'll get back to Billy later. I'm going to talk about Billy more. Okay, so yes, so we don't need to watch any more of this. So the Sadako, the old Sadako, the Condemned was good. Condemned only playstyle was interesting. I've talked about this before, and they reworked it and made it less interesting. Apparently, I left because I took like a 4-month break from Dead by Daylight or whatever. Because what they did is this. They got rid of an interesting play style and replaced it with something that's more powerful and easier to play and more dumbed down. So when she you teleported from a TVs, her Condemned range was much longer. So you could just spam the Condemned and build up Condemned that way. And then they reworked her again and they nerfed her too much. And then they reworked her again apparently, and she's strong again apparently, but she's still not interesting to me. She's just a standard M1 killer to me now. So yeah. So there's that. So the Billy is ruined, and Huntress is ruined. If they go through this, they'll be dumb and boring. Now let's talk about the low tier killers again. Okay, so I'm really not enjoying Myers. I'm just playing him out of obligation to get to Prestige 100. I'm really not enjoying him. Like, some matches are okay. I've noticed when I play late at night, I struggle with Myers. When I play at other times, I do okay. I don't dominate, really. I probably win most of my matches because I'm playing against weak teams. But against strong teams, I struggle. There's been times where I've been playing against Prestige 100 lobbies as Myers. I do badly one game. I can't see what I could have done better, really. And then I just say, screw this. I just select Pyramid Head. And instead of sweating, right, I'm not bragging, but because there's some teams that can, even with my best killer, there's teams that can shit on me, right? So I'm not bragging. But when I switch to Pyramid Head, I'm just chilling and relaxing. It's one extreme to another. I'm sweating to get like 1 or 2 kills, right? And then I'm straight to Pyramid Head. And for example, you can't hook grab, right? With an M1 killer, unless it's got an instant down power, right? You can't hook grab. So what you do, you struggle in a match, and you can't even guard. Like, say he's down somewhere near the bloody exit gate, and there's 4 people there. They're all healthy, and they're hiding. And there's only a hook near the exit gate, right? You can't stop the unhook unless they're very bad players. You can't stop it. Before, there was a mind game. You had to gamble and getting hook grabs. There was a way around the hook grab, and it was a gamble, right? So it made it interesting. They actually dumbed down the gameplay. It's another example of them dumbing down the gameplay because casuals complaining too much about it. Right, they dumbed it down, so no more hook grabs. So Billy doesn't need hook grabs. Huntress, not so much. No, she can still use them, but she's got a hatch hit, quicker cooldown. Pyramid Head, not so much. He's the Judgment of the Damned power. He is M2 power, right? Okay. So what happens is these killers, these brainless killers with their powers, right? It's the down powers, okay? They could just down people on hook. Getting rid of the hook grabs is fuck these low tier killers over. They screw them over. It makes them really frustrating. Big difference. Like, play some Myers games and play some Billy games, and you compare the difference. Like even the mobility factor of Billy's chainsaw is a game changer compared to Myers, right? On big maps, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Okay, now this is the problem. Behaviour don't take a holistic approach to the game balance. They're changing things ad hoc, and I hear they don't play the game much themselves. They just look at statistics, right? And they judge things by statistics. You can't judge things by statistics, right? You have to judge killers and survivor play by high tier play. If you judge it by statistics, it doesn't tell the whole story. Like, Nurse has got a low kill rate because a lot of people never learn to play her and never master her power or get good with her power and have a low kill rate, right? But with good killers, she's miserable and overpowered, right? Kill rate is not the whole story. And apparently, they're not happy with Huntress's kill rate, and this is why they're doing these changes that are completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. I'm a prestige 51 Huntress, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot even to get up to prestige 20. It takes a lot of play to even get to prestige 20. It takes a lot of play, right? I'm a prestige 51 Huntress, right? You'd think it would be my vested interest to love this change and advocate for it. No, it's not. I don't want dumbed down, overpowered killers. I don't. Right? I'm a killer main. I want interesting mechanics. I want risk versus reward. I want benefits versus drawbacks. That's what strategy should be about in a game. Yeah. So that's all I've got to say for now. I really hope Behaviour don't go through this, and I actually fear for the. No, I'm gonna say one thing. I fear for the future of the game because I do believe different people must have done the killer design in the past, and these new people don't know what they're doing. They don't understand their own game. That's the problem with a live service game. There was a state when it came to gameplay mechanics. There was some real beauty to this game, and there's still some real beauty to this game. This is why I'm still interested in this game, right? There is still depth to this game, and Behaviour don't understand their own game, and they're slowly chiseling away at it, and they're ruining this game. And I fear for the future of it, to be honest. Like, if they mess up Pyramid Head, they ruin Pyramid Head. I'm gonna try and quit this game again because I took a break because of what they did to Sadako. But if they ruin Pyramid Head, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'll try and get. There's a sunk cost fallacy with me in this game. I like this game. I know people play this game. I enjoy playing with them. I've got a lot invested in this game, but there's certain red lines I don't want Behaviour to cross, and it's their game. They own the game. Unfortunately, I'm basically I pay for the live service, and this is what I get. This is the live really going to be the last live service game I'm ever going to invest in. I think, right? But if I ever give this up, I'm not playing a live service game ever again. I'm not investing because they can just change. They can change the game and can ruin it, right? And maybe they'll fit. Maybe some other team will come along and fix what Behaviour's doing right now. But they are ruining the game. They've ruined Sadako. They've ruined Billy, right? They've screwed over the low tier killers. They've done global changes. They're global changes, like anti-tunneling and anti-camping mechanics, right? But the game's still balanced around tunneling and camping. If both sides play well, you need to tunnel and camp to compete as killer. I'm sorry, that's just the way the game is. So you nerf it, and the high tier killers can compensate with their power, but the low tier killers can't. So they're just miserable to play against, play as, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm done. Over and out.